Permítame, Juan Pablo, saludar a un militante del Frente Democrático para la Liberación de Palestina. Fue asesor de Salam Fayyad, primer ministro de la autoridad. Es también muy cercano a la Junta Directiva de la Coalición Palestina por la Paz, la iniciativa de Ginebra. Él es miembro de esa junta. Fue también viceministro del equipo palestino para las conversaciones de paz entre 1994 y 2000. Él nació en Gaza, nació en el campamento Beach, en Gaza. La primera pregunta para el señor Zakout, David, es ¿qué va a pasar con la gente de Gaza ante este bombardeo?
Good morning, Mr. Zakout. Thank you for being with us in W Radio. So, the first question for you, thank you. The first question for you would be, what's going to happen right now to the people that are living in Gaza after this bombing?
See, it's obvious that Israel decided, with the support of the United States and some European countries, to commit crime wars against humanity by this kind of bombarding, which, as the Israeli spokesperson of the Israeli army said, that they are shelling Gaza without specific targets. It means that it is only for destruction and not, as they said, to target fighters or military bases. What is prepared, it's all what's going on to enter Gaza, to invade Gaza, which will mean a real genocide by killing thousands or tens of thousands of the Palestinian civilians. As you know, Gaza is very populated areas, and Israel, for the last 3 days, targeting by air forces all what's called high buildings or towers. And in the last night, they are targeting the main neighborhood in the Gaza city, as well in the southern cities, Khan Yunis and Rafah.
Mr. Zakout.
They are preparing for a real genocide.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Netanyahu declared war, and this declaration is against the international law. Israel is occupying power, and
Mr. Zakout. Let me do a very short translation. Grace, ¿qué dijo el señor Zakout?
Es obvio que Israel decidió, con el apoyo de los Estados Unidos y algunos países europeos, cometer un crimen de guerra contra la humanidad con este tipo de ataques que está realizando en contra de Gaza. Nos dice que el vocero del Ejército de Israel ya anunció que van a acabar con Gaza sin ningún objetivo en específico, van a destruirlo por completo, no solo las bases militares como dijeron inicialmente. Nos dice que van a invadir Gaza o están invadiendo Gaza, lo cual es un genocidio, están matando miles o cientos de miles de civiles palestinos. Nos dice que Gaza tiene una densidad poblacional bastante alta e Israel está atacando vía aérea edificios. En la noche atacó el principal barrio en Gaza, también atacó en el norte y en el sur, así que lo que están llevando a cabo es un completo genocidio. Repite, dice que desafortunadamente Netanyahu declaró la guerra y esto va en contra de la ley internacional. Israel es un poder que ocupa el territorio de Gaza.
David, pero ¿quién comenzó? Es decir, Hamas sabía perfectamente que el señor Netanyahu necesitaba esta herramienta para proceder como está procediendo. Hamas, ¿por qué no calculó que este ataque terrorista iba a terminar arrasando con Gaza?
Well, who started it then? Because Hamas knew that Netanyahu and Israel had the power to do this, to finish in a way with Gaza. So Did they not see this coming?
See, now the game of playing claiming or claiming the people who are under occupation, it's a very old game. Hamas and other resistance factions, in spite that I'm not supporting all what they did as a secular person, but concerning the issue of Israel, the roots of the conflict is the Israeli occupation. Let's look back, not from Saturday till today, or not from Saturday 6 o'clock in the morning till today, but before that. The Israeli government, in a daily basis, daily or hourly basis in the West Bank, they are invading the Palestinian city in the West Bank, including the East Jerusalem and the holy sites, Christian and Muslims, to humiliate Palestinians, killing them. In the last 10 months only, up than 250 Palestinians were shot to death. The majority of them are civilians, are kids, are women. So Israel is committing a real crimes all the time from 1967 till today. Israel is defeating the peace process, and now it was obvious that Israel has a declared plan for the annexation of all the West Bank settlements, and it is obviously a clear plan for another Nakba or another displacement of the Palestinians. So,
let me translate that really quickly, please.
Okay.
Nos dice que el juego de decir ahora que pues las personas que están bajo ocupación son las malas es un juego viejo. Nos dice que Hamas y otras facciones de resistencia, por supuesto, él no apoya lo que ellos hicieron como persona secular, pero nos dice que la raíz del conflicto viene desde Israel, porque él dice no hablemos de lo que ocurrió del sábado a las 6 a.m. a hoy, hablemos antes de eso. El gobierno israelí a diario invade la ciudad palestina, incluido el este de Jerusalén, incluido Cisjordania. Nos dice que están matando a los palestinos. En los últimos 10 meses solamente han matado a 260 palestinos, la mayoría de ellos civiles, niños y mujeres. Nos dice que lo que está cometiendo Israel es un crimen real desde 1967 hasta hoy. Nos dice que Israel está acabando un proceso de paz. Es obvio, el plan que tiene Israel es la anexación de Cisjordania y es para él lo que está pasando ahora mismo.
Señor Zakout, ¿qué responsabilidad, relación tiene Irán sobre estos ataques terroristas al apoyar financieramente al grupo Hamas?
Mr. Zakout, what responsibility does Iran have for these attacks?
See, I heard the word terrorist. I want to be clear here. I'm against targeting civilians from all sides. But let's discuss the issue from its roots. The roots of the conflict is the occupation. The roots of the conflict is the siege, which is continued from 20 years over 2.2 million Palestinians in Gaza. The roots of the conflict is the confiscating of their land, humiliating Palestinians in daily basis and killing them. Now, I have a simple question. That you are put 4 million Palestinians in a set and boiled them, and you didn't expect explosion? I think who think in this way is a man or leadership who didn't see the Palestinians, and it is the case. Netanyahu and his cabinet not only didn't recognize the Palestinian national rights, they don't see the Palestinians as a human being, rather than that the war minister in Israel gallant, they call Palestinians human animals. Netanyahu himself, when he was in the United Nations Assembly, he showed a map which is including West Bank with Jerusalem and Gaza Strip and High Golan, and he said, this is Israel from 1948. It means that he declared the annexation. Unfortunately, for all these statements, there is no one response from the international community, from the United States,
Let me
from
translate
the European
that,
community.
please.
So it is the game of to blame the victim who has to die in silence.
Let me translate that, please.
Not to be held in silence.
Pues nos dice que él quiere primero aclarar que está en contra del ataque a civiles de ambos lados, pero hay que hablar, y es muy importante analizar la raíz del conflicto para él, que desde su punto de vista es la ocupación, 2.2 millones de palestinos en Gaza, a los cuales le quitaron sus tierras, a los cuales están asesinando. Entonces nos dice que es una pregunta muy simple, y es si no esperaron una explosión por parte del pueblo palestino, quienes están siendo asesinados, quienes están siendo, pues, a los cuales les quitaron su tierra, pues era obvio para él que iban a explotar en algún momento. Esto demuestra un liderazgo pobre por parte de Netanyahu, que no vio a los palestinos, que no reconoció sus derechos, que no los ve como seres humanos, de hecho llama a los palestinos como animales. Nos dice que Netanyahu en la Asamblea General de las Naciones Unidas mostró un mapa de Cisjordania y Jerusalén, llamándolos como parte de Israel desde 1948. Ahí declaró la anexación y nadie en la comunidad internacional dice absolutamente nada. Es un silencio el que está llevando a cabo la comunidad internacional, siempre culpando a la víctima, que para él son los palestinos.
Como ex asesor de Salam Fayyad, ¿qué papel puede desempeñar la autoridad palestina en esta crisis? Mr. Zakout, as a former advisor to the Salam Fayyad, what role can the Palestinian Authority play in this crisis?
See, I'm out of the authority. I personally wrote article yesterday that what's going on in Gaza, it's a failure of all stakeholders. It's a failure of Israel, who don't want to see the Palestinians, and they believe that the circumstances is ready by using the normalization to bypass Palestinians, not only as national rights, but as a human being, and they are declaring that today. It's a failure of the international community. It's a failure also of the Arab countries who believe that it's not the time to end occupation, and they are running towards normalization. But obviously it's also a failure of Palestinians who didn't observe the strategic threat facing the Palestinian cause, including that they are not focusing on the need of the unity. I personally believe that if the international community, what was called the Quartet, Israel, United States, some Arab countries, put off their veto on the Palestinian unity and allow Palestinians to be united, either this war maybe will not happen. So I personally believe that the starting point is to put end for this war against civilians now, and to stop the preparation for a real genocide. The Israeli Minister of War declared yesterday, and they are implementing that: no electricity, no water, no fuel, and no food. And just before 2 hours, Israel is threatening and bombarding some food trucks who are coming from Egypt to Gaza. What's the meaning of that? To let 2.2 million Palestinians under bombarding from the sky, under bombarding from the tanks, under bombarding from the sea, without water, without electricity, without hospitals, because they are bombarding hospitals, or there is no fuel for the electricity in hospitals. It is a call for genocide. And I personally, as a Palestinian citizen before all, as a person of peace before all, I claim that those countries who are supporting the Israeli war against the Gaza Strip are a part of genocide, and they should be questioned from their people. France, Britain, Germany, Italy, and of course the United States. They are sending their big ships, military ships, to the area just to make the Palestinians alone, not to face the Israelis' aggression, but to face their faith and to be dead. This is the ugly reality on the ground, and this should be known by all the world. What is going on under the slogans that they want to destroy Hamas? They are committing genocides to open the road to liquidify all the Palestinian rights, including the West Bank and Jerusalem and the diaspora.
Former Minister, thank you very much for
welcome.
This time, and we hope that
thank you.
Coming very soon a solution. Ese es el tono. Así están las cosas ahora con el tercer día del ataque. Escuchaban a Jamal Zakout, un antiguo militante del Frente Democrático para la Liberación de Palestina. Estuvo en la Junta de Paz de 1994 al año 2000. ¿Qué va a pasar con los palestinos en la Franja de Gaza que no tienen que ver con Hamas?